Good morning, everybody. It's about 30 degrees where I'm at this morning. Out here with my pups again, letting them run around. It's December the 31st, I believe. So New Year's Eve. So anyway, continuing on with what I was been talking about. You know, in the last video I made, I talked about the Garden of Eden and how the new creation that is still to come will be greater and better than the Garden of Eden. And you might ask yourself, well, why is that? Wasn't the Garden of Eden perfect? Yeah, I believe the Garden of Eden was perfect, but I believe I had to go back and look at it. I should have looked at it before I started this video. But in Genesis, when God finished everything, he said it was good. And if God says it was good, then hey, it's good. But what makes it different is in the Garden of Eden was what was known as the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And God told Adam and Eve they could eat of every fruit of every tree of the garden, but the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Maybe it was a test of their loyalty. I really don't know. All I know is the tree was there, and the Lord told them not to eat of it. And I guess he was just trying to see maybe how much they really loved him. He was testing their free will. I don't know. Whatever, however you want to look at it, it was there. And we know the serpent came into the garden, the dragon of old. I tell people all the time, I don't believe it was a snake, I believe it was a dragon. But anyway, Satan, and he tempted Adam and Eve, and they ate of the fruit, and they were cast out of the garden. This was in Genesis chapter 3, and that's where sin entered into the world. We see the first sacrifice for sin when God had to kill a little animal to make skins for them, and the first blood was shed for the covering of sin. And like I've said before, I don't know, and the Bible don't say, but if I was a betting man, I'd bet that it was probably a sheep that he killed. But anyway, that's what makes the new creation, in my opinion, absolutely perfect. Because there will be no tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Because at this time, there will be no more sin. Because right after the great white throne judgment, as I talked about on the last video, death, hell, and the grave are all cast into the lake that burns with fire. All those who rejected the Lord were cast into the lake that burned with fire. And I had some pushback on that, but I'm going to stand. That's a hill I'll die on. So when eternity starts, there will be no more sin. This will be a perfect utopia. I don't really like to use that word, but that's what it'll be. It'll be a perfect paradise here on earth. And from reading the Old Testament, where you really need to go to learn about these things, I believe things are going to go on like normal, but it will be sinless. God bless you.